So, welcome to Bali. It's also called Denpasar, and we just exited the parking lot from the airport. And my hotel is only 1.1 kilometer. Is my taxi driver, inshallah, for 4 days is brother Chatur. He is from East Java, right?
Yeah, East Java.
East
Okay.
Java, and
Yeah.
he come to Bali, and he is now also a friend of a student's friend. So he said, well, I had to pick you up. So Alhamdulillah, this is good. They say that halal food can be a challenge in Bali, so Chatur is well, you know, when I heard his name, I said to Zaki, my student, that, you know, Chatur means in Sanskrit, it means clever. And so Zaki said, okay, I'll let him know that Chatur means clever. And when I met the good driver Chatur, he says, well, in Sanskrit means number 4. And we all know that number 4 is Chinese, is a bad omen, but not in Sanskrit and not in other languages. So yeah, so it's good to be with the native of the place where we are. So Zaki has prepared the itinerary for me, and so I'll see how exciting it is only when I get to the places. This is like exiting. Who is this on the podium there? It's probably Sukarno?
No.
Or
Murarai. Murarai Hero.
Murarai Hero.
Heroes
So
from Bali.
he's from Bali.
Heroes from Bali.
So the Sultan?
No. Military.
Mirikan means what?
Leader. Soldier.
Soldier?
Soldier.
Oh,
Soldier.
soldier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Soldier.
So it's like Bali is one of the very, very, very popular destination, and it seems like people from Australia and, well, all over the world, I should say, they come to Bali for mainly its beaches and the mountains, and probably a lot of cultural shows and a lot of spiritual things that goes around there. I was reading about Bali, and they have a lot of their spiritual masters here. It's mostly dominated by the Hindus, but what they have in Indonesian is called Dikun. Dikun is the spiritual healer, like they have in Malaysia called the Bomos. And I remember I used to send my students to go learn how they do their healing, and I also wrote papers on it, by the way, which is available on myacademia.com, on how the diagnosis and the treatment of mental health of people actually varies from culture to culture, right? And so it is very interesting to see, you know, some people spend weeks in this place. And one of my colleagues who's from Australia, it's a Palestinian woman, she said that we come to Bali and just, we rent a villa, and we spend our days at the villa because it's so relaxing here. It's it's in the middle of nowhere, should I say, much south of Japan, very close to Australia. So for Australians, this is a very convenient place, and relatively much cheaper. Bali is probably not as cheap as some of the other islands. And for those people who don't know, Indonesia has got about 17,000 islands, big and small. The island which is right next to Denpasar, or Bali Island, is called Lombok, and that is a Muslim majority. And because of the time constraints, I really doubted that I'll go there. But it's called the island of 1,000 mosques. So for those people in Islamic spirituality, the traffic is always stuck in big cities, and I hear that Bali is full of cars, right? They should not allow cars in Bali. Yeah. People should walk and take the cycle. Yeah. All the pollution, that comes from the gasoline. Yeah, they should avoid people having cars in this place, but then it would be very difficult because it's a big island, right?
Yeah.
Actually, if you want to go places. Sorry about the delay for getting out of this place, but as soon as we get out, you can see the city of Bali.
Silakan tempel kartu
The
uang
good thing is
elektronik
that my hotel is very close
Anda.
from here,
Mohon tempelkan kartu
so then I
elektronik
can
Anda.
check into my hotel and then
Silahkan
go
menuju
places
pintu keluar.
to check out some of the places that is drawn out in an itinerary by my students. It was so pleasing to see that my students are from the 90s and early 2000s from Malaysia. Actually, they did come to the conference and to see me, and they were saying that, sir, when you moved to Malaysia from the US, boy, that was so many years ago, decades, and we still remember your class. You taught us the human resource or human resource HR psychology. I said work psychology, and I said that I forgot that I taught that course. That was many years ago. I have taught, I don't know, many dozens of psychology courses, but work psychology, organizational psychology, yeah, so that was then. And well, here it is, Bali. So tell me, what is the number one thing in Bali?
What?
Number one. What is number one tourist place?
Oh,
in
number
Bali?
one in Bali. Number one is Australia.
In Bali?
Yeah.
No, the tourist place. People come here.
Yeah, belum ya.
Where do they want to go? Beaches,
Yeah.
mountains, where?
Usually be a mountain and then like see or view rice vegetarian setting and then the beach. Yes.
I see.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Tourist, yeah, no, okay. And mountain.
So, is the mountain very high?
Yeah.
In
Mountain
Bali?
in Batur. That Batur mountain. Hiking to Batur. Batur mountain.
So people go hiking in Batur mountain.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, many people come to
Hike.
hiking. Yeah, hiking.
So how long does it take to get up to the top?
yeah.
If you hike,
yeah.
how many hours?
Hike maybe 2 hours.
2
Hike
hours
2
you
yeah.
can get to the top.
Yeah.
Oh,
top,
okay.
Yeah.
Not bad. It's not too bad.
Yeah. And then
2 hours is nothing.
And then in the top mountain, they can see sunset.
You go there to
Sunrise.
see
I'm
the
sorry,
sunrise and sunset. You
Yeah,
can get.
yeah,
Oh,
sunrise.
sunrise. Okay.
Sunrise, yes.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes. If
This
you
is the entry
go
to the city, man.
Batur, we go at 5 o'clock from Denpasar
In the morning.
in morning. Yeah.
Taman Satria Gatokaka. Oh, look at that. Oh
Yeah.
boy. There's the chariot. Is it of some Hindu god?
Yeah.
Who, Rama?
Rama. No, I'm sorry. Mahabharata.
Mahabharata.
Yeah. Mahabharata
Okay,
and Gatot
whoa.
Kaca and Mahabharata and yeah.
So a lot of people from India come
Yeah,
here?
yeah,
The
yeah.
Hindus. To see the Mahabharata.
Yeah.
Yeah, you boy, oh boy. Yeah. Oh boy, start looking at the mandir here. There's all these mandirs, right? The temples.
Yeah.
So the Hindu people would have a good time over here
Yeah.
by looking at their temples from many hundreds of years ago, or probably thousands of years ago. Hinduism is a very old religion,
Yeah.
right? And in this island, there are mostly Hindus, but all over Indonesia as well, about, let's say, 600 years ago, they were all Hindus.
Yeah.
And then when the Arabs from the Hadramut Arabs came from Yemen,
Yeah. Not yet.
and for trade and for dawah and all that, so many people, given that their behavior was so good, and the dealings with the people, that actually the natives of the Indonesian region, they became Muslims. And so this is a Muslim majority country, 80 to 85% of the people. And by the way, Indonesia is the world's largest Muslim country. The number of Muslims living in Indonesia is highest in the world, more than Pakistan, more than India. The number of Muslims in this country is the highest in the world, and they live in any part of the world. 17,000 as far as I know, islands that are apparently officially recognized as islands, and there could be a lot more. Not all of them are inhabited, perhaps. Here's a security guy trying to direct the traffic. I'm not sure if people follow the security guy, but it seems to me that generally traffic is very well regulated. I would imagine that Australia, let's say East Australia, Perth or Darwin, is not more than maximum 2 to 3 hours flight, perhaps, from here. Do you know how far is Australia? 3 hours, right?
3 hours
from here?
From here.
Huh?
To Perth, 5 hours.
5 hours.
By flight.
Depending on where you are going.
Yeah.
So probably Perth or Darwin is probably the closest. But the driver guy is saying that it's about 5 hours flight, which is also not too bad. So about 5 hours. And there are many more islands. I mean, there is an island called Komodo Island, where you have all those Komodo lizards that are what, about 1.5 meter or 2 meters long. 2 meters.
Yeah.
Komodo dragons or lizards, whatever it is, and they're very dangerous. They would eat anything, any meaty stuff, including humans. So what I was seeing in a photo today, that sometimes a perhaps live animal is given to them, and it has a very, very big, large mouth, and apparently very, very big teeth as well. So they get a hold of the neck of the animal, and I hear that its saliva has got many millions of bacteria, so that it kills the animal very quickly. Or even if it touches the saliva any animal, then the animal, or God forbid it was a human being, they would die from the poisonous saliva that it has. And people go there to the Komodo Island just to see the Komodo dragons or Komodo lizards, whatever it is called. Amazing. So anyway, coming down from the airport, and this road already there, I have seen about half a dozen temples. So it could be that Bali is a island of temples, whereas Lombok is a island of mosques. They say that it's an island of 1,000 mosques, 1,000 mosques they say that they have in Lombok. But Lombok is not as quote unquote developed or populated, and therefore if you or somebody wants to really relax in an island, Lombok would be an ideal place for Muslims, for example, to go there and see the masajid and halal food and the Indonesian Lombok culture, which is perhaps some kind of a mix of Javanese and local culture. Because what I hear is that the cultures in these islands are also very, very different from one another. The food, perhaps the languages, and very rich ethnic culture. I see a Masjid Nur Hasna here. So yeah, so there is a masjid, and apparently not too far from where I'm staying. Yeah, so that's great. Well, folks, in my religion and belief system is that wherever I go, I make sure or try my best to go to a masjid and pray. And therefore, I hope I will have an opportunity to do it here as well. And I think we are almost close to my hotel.
Yes.
And so therefore, I'm going to
Vira.
stop here and probably see you in another video.
Yes.
Goodbye from Bali, Indonesia, October 29, 2024.